a Star Trek?
Reading conspiracies, I wondered at certain things, like why not a single 9/11 conspiracy reference at the Sea Soup Convention. I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale puts it well into 2009, 2010, or thereabouts. It even says in Ground Zero that he only went to Sea Soup a year previously, and the revised tomb says 2003 already passed. Why have conspiracies mentioning Bush Sr. and Clinton, but not anything with Bush Jr. and the war in Iraq and any Obama stuff? Also, why did Jack mention floppy disks and not flash drives? Again, I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale would eventually put the story into 2009. Also, when Jack heard about Melanie Eller's interests, he should have been reminded of his friend Wheezy in his teens and how she was exactly into the identical secret histories of the world stuff. Yet nothing. And why was the ship in the tomb filled with Rakoshi and not QQers? I assumed they would be QQers after secret circles. It was only natural. Also, why was there a 3-card Monty game? People could have taken out smartphones and started recording video to review later for any deceptive sleight of hands, and to have faces of those conducting the game recorded so they could be shown to the police later. I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale eventually drags it into 2009. Jack also worries about some tourist with a camera snapping his picture. How about just about anyone and everyone with a smartphone? I know it was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale puts it into 2009 later on, once the series is over. Oh, but I got more. Why would Abe reference a 1997 market crash in Japan and not the 2008 housing bubble? Also, was there a Sea Soup Facebook page and Twitter feed? I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale eventually puts it into 2009, and in fatal error, the existence of Facebook and Twitter are mentioned, and this story is told to have taken place only a year earlier in Jack's life. It's also good this series stopped in 2011. Had it done so in 2005, Cold City would have been set in 1985 instead. Had it done so in 2001, Cold City would have been taking place in 1980 instead. But I think 1990, as it turned out, is a more fun year though. Also, why did Jack say he's never seen pine lights in this book? He's seen tons of pine lights as a teenager. He and Wheezy chased a pine light on bikes, and Wheezy almost touched one. Jack also breaks into a house, posing as a burglar to stop an abusive husband, and cuts the phone lines so they can't call the police. The woman then mentions running to the neighbors to call the police. Why not call the police with her smartphone? I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale puts the story into 2009. Also, why is Jack buying a movie on Laserdisc in Legacies? I understand Legacies was written in 1998, but the sliding time scale puts the story into 2009. Why not a Blu-ray or a DVD or even Netflix? Why doesn't he watch all the old movies on Netflix in a book written in 1998, even though the sliding time scale puts it into 2009? I've got more. Jack is using a payphone, and he lingers too long, and some girl comes along and demands if he is done so she can use it. I understand the book was written in 1999, but the sliding time scale eventually puts it into 2009, so highly unlikely someone would be that much affected by a shortage of payphones. Also, faxing a photo, really? Is that the most efficient way of sending a photo in 2009? I know, written in 1999, but the sliding time scale, blah 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 blah. I have even more bullshit coming. In All the Rage, why is a wealthy guy using a Motorola StarTAC cell phone? I understand the novel was written in 2000, but eventually the sliding time scale brings the story into 2009. Why a wealthy guy would be using such a painfully outdated model of a cell phone is beyond me. Yes, it was a very impressive cell phone in the year 2000. It could flip open and closed, very fancy. But Eddie's BlackBerry with 3G network capabilities in Ground Zero, the events of which occurred a year and 3/4 later, beats the StarTAC by light years.